Good afternoon, my dear students. In the solution lesson, right from the beginning, we have started with solute, lesser amount, solvent, larger amount, homogeneous mixture solution. In terms of physical state, solid, liquid, gas solution. Then physical state of solute, solid, liquid, gas. In that way, total 9 type of solutions we have gone through. Then basic topic of concentration we have discussed. So different methods we have bifurcated as volume based method, molarity, normality, formality, parts per million, and percentage W by V and V by V. Then we have discussed mass based method, molality, mole fraction and mass percentage. Volume based method will change with temperature. Mass based method will not change with temperature. Parts per million can be used for both volume based as well as mass based. Prepare their formulas and keep in mind there will be lot of use of these methods in other lesson also. Then we have discussed solubility topic, which was a quite important one, and also that notes I have put. So hope you have prepared the notes. In that we have discussed solubility of solid solution in liquid solvent and gas solution in liquid solvent. So temperature, then pressure and nature of solute solvent are the responsible factor for the solubility. Solubility indicates the maximum amount of solute dissolved in the given amount of solvent. So solubility depends on three factors: nature of solute solvent. Earlier we have discussed that like dissolve like. Then we have a temperature and pressure. So when it is a solid and liquid solution, temperature increases, normally solubility increases. But if you have to discuss this in detailed way, then for endothermic reaction, temperature increases, solubility increases. But for exothermic, temperature increases, solubility decreases. Then for liquid solvent and gaseous solute, there is a effect of pressure we have discussed. So if we have to discuss temperature effect, then temperature increases, solute gas, liquid solvent solubility decreases. But gaseous solute and liquid solvent, the effect of pressure will be known as a Henry's law. So what Henry's law says, that at constant temperature, solubility of a gaseous solute in liquid solvent is directly proportional to applied pressure. In short, more pressure you are using, the more gas will dissolve. So P proportional to X, P equal to KH into X. KH is called Henry's constant. Solubility increases, KH decreases. And temperature increases, solubility decreases. So KH also increases. Then most important thing that is the application of the Henry's law. Now in that the scuba divers, they use previously mixture of oxygen and nitrogen. When they go down under sea water to get more air, they have to use high pressure. So as a result, more gas will dissolve and they will be comfortable. But when they comes on the surfaces, on surface there is a low pressure. So as a result, pressure decreases. The gas which is dissolved, that nitrogen gas which is lighter than oxygen will comes out first. Nitrogen has a molecular mass 28 and oxygen is a 32. So lighter gas will comes first, and because of due to this nitrogen, the bubbles are formed in the blood, and this creates a pain and also causes death. So this is called bend. Then to avoid from this, nowadays they are using helium with oxygen and nitrogen. So percentage composition, you have to remember 11.7% helium, 32.1% oxygen, and 56.2% nitrogen. As helium gas is lighter, it will comes first, and the patient have no divers have no effect of that bend. Then at high altitude, when you go, then low air is thin and oxygen is in lower proportion, so that then breathing related problems will be there. Because of due to this, we have a low memory and also headache and nausea and like that. This is called anoxia. Then one more application, that when you take air will goes in our body and it mixes with the blood. So blood is containing hemoglobin, so it dissolved in hemoglobin, and we are taking this at high pressure, but in hemoglobin in our body there is a low pressure, so that oxygen dissolved will comes out easily and will disperse in the, or body will get the oxygen then. So this is the application of the Henry's law then. Now today we are going to start a most important topic of the lesson, that is called colligative properties. So colligative property means what? That property depends on a number of solute particles but does not depend on the nature of solute, is called colligative properties. Again, what is colligative property? The property of the solute which depends on, property of the solution which depends on number of solute particles but does not depends on nature of solute, that is called colligative properties. So we have 4 different properties: vapor pressure related, then we have a boiling point, freezing point, and osmotic pressure. So today I'll just define you in a brief about the 4 properties. So vapor pressure. So vapor pressure will be created by only volatile liquids. Volatile liquid means the liquid which easily turns to vapor. You can take an example of petrol or benzene or ether. They are called volatile liquid. So easily they will vaporized. Now if a container is open, then the vapor form will goes in the atmosphere. But if you close it, then the will collides with the upper part of the container and the vapor will come back. So volatile liquid turns to vapor, that is called vaporization process, and the vapors which are coming back and converted to liquid again, backward reaction, that is called condensation. So there is a 2 opposite process, vaporization and condensation, and at one stage the rate of both the opposite process becomes equal and it is called equilibrium. So at that time the pressure exerted by liquid will call as a vapor pressure. So vapor pressure depends on intermolecular attraction exists in the liquid, means depends on nature of liquids. Then it depends on viscosity. Viscosity, you know that in the liquids between the internal layers resistance is formed because of due to the intervelocity of liquids, flow of liquid decreases. So when the liquid is more viscous, then the vapor pressure will be less, and vapor pressure depends on temperature. So when temperature increases, more liquid turns to vapor, therefore temperature increases, vapor pressure also increases. Now first, this is the most important point for the easy remembrance of the topic. First we will discuss the comparative values of the vapor pressure, boiling point and freezing point between solvent and solution. So to prepare in easy way, what you have to do, that prepare in this way, that boiling point of the solution is higher than solvent, and other two properties are higher in solvent than solution. Means vapor pressure and freezing point of solvent is higher than that of solution, and boiling point of solution is higher than that of solvent. So first we have a solvent, then we add solute, and we get a solution. So when you make a solution, vapor pressure of the solution will decreases. So we call this as a lowering in vapor pressure or decrease in the vapor pressure. So for vapor pressure, we'll use a symbol P, and for change in the vapor pressure or lowering in vapor pressure, we will give a symbol delta P. So delta P is a change in the vapor pressure, and it is decreases, so we call as a lowering in vapor pressure. Now what you have to do, that boiling point of solution is higher than solvent, and other two are more in solvent than solution. So when you have prepared vapor solution, vapor pressure decreases. So delta P value will be P0 minus P. Now 0 symbol we'll use for solvent, and without 0 it is a solution. P stands for vapor pressure. So sometime in other book you may have a like a P01 or P1, so you call as a P degree or P0, whatever it is. Then this P0 and P01 has the same meaning, P and P1 is also same meaning. So 0 symbol we will use for solvent, and without 0 it is a solution value. So delta P equal to P0 minus P, which we call as a lowering in vapor pressure. Now this lowering will take place in comparison with the vapor pressure of solvent. So this is called relative lowering in vapor pressure, RLVP, relative lowering in vapor pressure. So relative lowering in vapor pressure is one of the colligative properties. Then when you make a solution, boiling point of the solution increases. So for boiling point as increases, we call as a elevation in boiling point. So why we call as a elevation in boiling point, or it is called increase in boiling point. Now you know that water is a solvent. So water has a boiling point 100 Celsius. So this boiling point you are measuring with the thermometer. So when you want to measure the boiling point, you have to look at the thermometer. So that mercury level rises, and that at one place it becomes constant. So that is the boiling point. So when you have taken the boiling point of water, it is suppose 100. Now when solute is added and solution is prepared, then boiling point of solution is higher. So boiling point this time now increases. So as a result, your ice will be elevated. Means you have to go further to check the boiling point of solution. So suppose the boiling point is 105. So your ice is now elevated from 100 to 105. So this we call as an elevation in boiling point, and it is 5 degrees. So boiling elevation in boiling point will be symbolized as delta TB. So now here the boiling point of solution is higher. So our formula will be TB minus T0, T temperature, B for boiling point. So boiling point of solution minus boiling point of solvent. Again 0 symbol indicating the solvent's value, without 0 solution's value. So delta TB is called elevation in boiling point, which is another colligative properties. And when you make a solution, the freezing point will decreases. Freezing point, I'll give a simple definition: the temperature at which the liquid turns to vapor that is called, sorry, liquid turns to solid, that is called is freezing point. So you know that freezing point of water is 0 degree Celsius, 273 Kelvin. So when you make a solution, solution has low freezing point than solvent. So again, like a vapor pressure, the freezing point will decrease. So we symbolize as delta T F. F means freezing point, delta T means change in the freezing point, and change is decreases. So it is called depression in freezing point. So this is lowering in vapor pressure. This is relative lowering in vapor pressure. These two are relative lowering in vapor pressure. Then this is elevation in boiling point, and this is depression in freezing point. So delta TF formula will be T0F minus TF. T0F is the freezing point of solvent, freezing point of solvent. Now when water is there, always take boiling point as 100 Celsius or 373 Kelvin, and freezing point take as a 0 degree or 273 Kelvin. Now normally we are using the temperature in Kelvin. So whatever temperature Celsius you have at 273, actually 273.15, but we'll neglect 0.15. So add 273 then. And when you show this delta TB or delta TF, whether you show in Kelvin or Celsius, the value will remain same. So these three, and the final is the osmotic pressure, which we symbolize as pi. So pi is an osmotic symbol. So relative lowering in vapor pressure, elevation in boiling point, depression in freezing point, and osmotic pressure, these four are colligative properties. So values of these four will depends on number of particles. So one more point we'll discuss. When we make a solution, now you in 11th standard you have gone through word electrolyte. Electrolyte means a substance when dissolved in water produces ions. So normally acid, base and salt are worked as a electrolyte. So when they dissolve in water, they produces ions. As for example, NaCl when dissolved, then it produces Na plus and Cl minus. Now here we have a NaCl in a solid form 1 mole, but when its solution is prepared, both have a separate 1 mole. So this is called dissociation or ionization. So when dissociation or ionization takes place, number of particles will increases. So when dissociation takes place in solution, the colligative properties will increases. So when acid, base, salt dissolved in water, then always the number of particles increases. So when there is a known electrolyte like a glucose, sugar, urea, they are known electrolyte. When they dissolve in water, they will not produce ions. So then colligative properties will not be affected by that. But for ionic substance, colligative properties will change them. And another point is association. So association means two or more molecules combine and becomes one. So we may call that one molecule form is called bimolecules or dimer. Now mostly association will take place when a strong hydrogen bond is formed. So mostly in carboxylic acids, then in phenols, then in HF, this association takes place. I'll give one example. Acetic acid, CH3COOH, it has a theoretical molecular mass 60. By making total of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, it will be a 60. When practically its molecular mass is measured, it is found to be 120. So this is happened because due to strong hydrogen bonding, the two acetic acid molecules combining and they becomes one. So as a result, association takes place and the number of particles decreases. So association So because of due to association, the particles decreases, and colligative properties will be affected by this. So you can see that this is the two separate molecules of carboxylic acids. So there is a hydrogen bond formed between these two. So hydrogen bond is the attraction between the lone pairs and positive charge hydrogen. So these two molecules becomes one, and because of due to that the molecular mass found double. The benzoic acid, another example, its real mass should be 122, but when practically it is found 244. So in carboxylic acids, in HF, in phenols, there is a association. So this we have to remember, that when these acids and phenols are there, there is an association. And when acid base, general acid, that mineral acids you have, HCl, HNO3, H2SO4, then bases and salts, then there will be a dissociation. So dissociation association will make a change in the value of the colligative properties. So this is enough for today. First, these all basic things, try to remember it, and hope you people are adjusted in this way. So read listen the videos, also use that YouTube videos, they are also very good, and repeatedly listen them, and you are lucky that you get a lecture for many times then. So take the advantage of that, and be positive, and in terms of the limitations of the present situations, this is we are giving our best to you. So cooperate with us, and complete the note. I have to be put trust on you, because there is no other options we have. So do your work regularly, read, write, and listen all this. Thank you very much for your kind cooperation. And you can call me at any time and also ask the questions then.